Did anyone else see round 8 of the NRL? Oh my god, it was insane. Now, we're going to check back on the results and get tipping for round 9. Well, round 8 certainly started with a shock result. The Titans on Thursday went over to the Warriors ground and they beat them. So the team that hasn't actually managed to win a game yet steals a 3-point win. Now, obviously, I did a Warriors win by 16. I thought it would be fairly confident. They lost by 3, so I get absolutely nothing. And fair play, if you are one of the 3% that chose Titans. You are braver than I am, but he who dares wins. Then, next game, we had the Dragons versus Roosters. What the hell is going on? As you can see, no one predicted anything close to this scoreline. Now, it was fairly evenly split, as I said in last week's video. Dragons 47% of you and Roosters 53% of you. But no one expected a 42-point win. We are seeing some huge results, by the way, this from last week. I did Dragons to win by 4. No, nothing. So, just a demolition. How the hell do you score 60? It's insane. I get nothing, but well done for the 53% that got at least the correct result. Then Storm versus Rabbitohs. Now, I expected a Storm win here. But did I expect a 34-point win by Storm? No. But some did. What? One person got a close score. Now, most people predicted the Storm to beat Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs are, well, now sitting bottom of the table. They're having an absolute shocker. Yeah, one person got a close score. Just some crazy big scores. And I think that's probably just, but big performance by Storm, and that puts them into second place. Friday comes around and we had Sea Eagles versus Eels. Now, finally, I do get extra points here because I got the result for the win. I did Eagles to win by 10. They won by 14, so I get half a point for a close result as well. So that's pretty good. Excellent. And the Eels are still down there, and Sea Eagles are up into third, so they are pushing forward as well. Then West Tigers versus the Broncos. I did say Broncos started off slowly. Tigers, they started off strong, and it's just switching now. West Tigers have been found out for sure. Broncos, up they go. They are slowly going up the table. They're now in 4th after a slow start. They are now in 4th place, so well done to them. I did them to win by 16. They won by 24, so I was about 3 points off a close score, so just the point for the win. Then, I'm saying my Panthers. Cowboys versus Panthers, a fantastic result. And guess who got it? Spot on. Spot on. So, I think I get an actual extra quarter of a point as well. So I did Panthers to win by 6, and they did win by 6. That is pushing Cowboys down. Cowboys are going down. They started off strong, and they are plummeting. So, yeah, I get 1 point for the result, and the 0.75, I'm pretty sure, for a close score. Sunday, we had Dolphins versus Knights. This was a tight game. I thought it would be a more confident result by Dolphins, as everyone else did. Dolphins were doing well, and unfortunately, other teams have now jumped over them because yeah, they are now slipping. And for them to lose against Knights, who have been struggling, not great. So I get absolutely nothing. Dolphins did not win by 12. They lost by 4. The last game, what the hell? This was mad result. Mad result. I never expected this. I did a surprise. I thought maybe the Raiders can sneak a win. Well, Sharks won by 40. And Raiders, they were whitewashed. And that is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing for the Raiders. They are slipping down worse than the Dolphins. So, looking at the table then, Cool Bejewel is still number 1 at the top. We've got actually some movement this week. Adelaide Bulldog is up 1, but down 2. St. Jai has lost his top spot. Let's see some more movement. Aussie Tash up 2. Oh, WM Footy NRL is up 8. That's very good. Pie Boy up 6. Ajubi up 3. Nice. We've got a few going down. I am down 1. I'm now in 15th place. G. Chapman, down 6. Johan Mustang, down 8. Ouch, that's big movement. Aaron up 3. Arlo White, something like that, down 5. New Elijah up 4. Any other big movement? Kev down 5. Mighty Muffins Rule up 4. Oh, Wooden Spoon goes to Stephen J. Will. Unlucky, buddy. Unlucky. Golden Hat, though, goes to Scott Hill. Well done, Scott Hill. Let's just have a quick scan of everyone else. And they are the league positions for this week. On to round 9. It is absolutely flying. Let's hope we're not going to get any crazy results like we did this last week. But Thursday, it is Stadium Australia, beautiful stadium. Rabbitohs versus Panthers. Panthers are on a bit of a roll now. They are performing very, very well. They are speeding up the table for sure. And I can't see any other result other than a big Panthers win. Rabbitohs are just shocking, aren't they? They are absolutely shocking. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... See, this is the thing. Last week, I didn't do big enough scores. But then if I do like Panthers to win by 30, they probably will only win by about 6, won't they? I'm going to go Panthers to win by 18. I just think they are far too strong. Far too strong. What have they got? The Rabbitohs are now the worst team in the league, and the fact that the Titans managed to go above them, yeah. Panthers are just going about their business in some real fine form at the moment, so a nice big win for Panthers. Then Friday, the 3rd of May, it is at Four Pines Park. Sea Eagles versus Raiders. Now Raiders obviously come off the back of a 40-0 loss. That was embarrassing. Now I say this, you either get two results in the next game. You get them down in the dumps, or you get them fired up trying to prove that they're not as bad as their past result. But Seagulls, they're on pretty good form. They're at home. Yeah, I just can't see it come back. Manly are doing really, really well, to be fair, considering stuck up in 3rd place. Yeah. I don't think it's an issue. Let's go. I don't think Seagulls win by as much as Sharks beat Raiders last week. So let's go with a 14-point win for the Sea Eagles. Suncorp Stadium time, Broncos versus Roosters. Now, Broncos, as I said, they didn't start that well. I think that's a bit over dramatic, but they are now finding their feet. Can they win 4 in a row? That's the question. They are at home. Two fairly strong teams. They are, aren't they? 4th and 6th place. But I think that Broncos should prevail. They've come off a fairly easy win against West Tigers. Sydney did beat, they did beat the Dragons, but I think Broncos should have the confidence playing at home as well at Suncorp. So let's go with a Broncos win by 8. Yeah. Try conversion of the kick. Saturday, Stadium Australia again, Bulldogs versus West Tigers. Both teams are struggling, aren't they? Both teams are struggling. It's a difficult one to choose, really. It is. I just don't see West Tigers' form for picking up now, because they've been found out, like I said. So I think Bulldogs playing at home as well. Bulldogs by 10. Yeah, let's go Bulldogs by 10. Missing one conversion. I think that's... No, I don't. I think that's fine, because actually Bulldogs haven't been impressive. Tigers obviously have a couple of wins. They're not actually sitting bottom, at least. I think there's no point in me going any bigger than that, because Bulldogs aren't exactly the strongest of outfits themselves, are they? Then we are at the Seabus Super Stadium. Is it super? Doesn't look too bad from the pictures. Titans, who got their first win last week. And actually, Titans, in the previous games, they've actually showed some promise. They have shown some fight, but not got the result. So it is nice that they did get the result last week. But they are facing the Storm. And a storm is coming for the Titans. That's all I'm going to say. Storm, honestly, they must be fired up big time. They had a fantastic win last week. And I think, yeah, this is going to be painful for the Titans for sure. It's awful. Honestly, they're not going to do it. Storm are on a rampage. Let's go Storm by... Let's go Storm by 20. Hang on. 6, 12, 18. 18. Let's do Storm by 18. I'm just working out the maths. Queensland Community... No, I can never get that right. Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Cowboys versus Dolphins. Cowboys started off like that. I'd have gone like that. They've lost it. The Queensland team comes from a round 8 loss, okay? But Cowboys were, they were a little bit more impressive, I suppose. Cowboys, they're at home. It's a difficult one actually, because both teams, 7th and 8th at the moment, more or less identical. Dolphins have got a game in hand, so Dolphins losing to the Knights, that was a surprise. And that was a game they're expected to win. So, Cowboys by 6. Cowboys by 6. Sunday, McDonald's Jones Stadium in Newcastle. Knights versus Warriors. This is just a crazy one as well. Warriors currently sat in 11th. Knights in 13th. Both teams very, very inconsistent. Very inconsistent indeed. But it is normally a good contest between the Knights and the Warriors. And so I would expect that again this week. So who do I go? This one's a tricky one actually. I think this is one of the toughest possibly. Warriors last week were disappointing, weren't they? And are they going to then kick back on from that? They've had 2 games losing in a row, and they've been disappointing. They did really well away from home, and they've lost the games at home, which is real shocking. Let's go with a tight win for the Knights, shall we? Let's do Knights win by 4. That should be a good game. I know both teams aren't exactly smashing it at the moment, but it should be a decent game, but we will see. Anyway, last game, PointsBet Stadium over in Sydney. Sharks versus Dragons. And Sharks, they are sitting top of the table alongside Storm. They've only had that 1 defeat. I think this is going to be another massacre. I really think this is going to be an absolute massacre. You know, Sharks dismantle Raiders last week. And Dragons are just too inconsistent. You can see from their form, they are far too inconsistent. And that's the problem. St. George's team can be amazing one week, terrible the other. So I think taking that into account, you've got to look at the fact that Sharks are performing incredibly. They're playing really professionally as well. So you've got to assume that Dragons aren't going to turn up. Everything's sort of against them on this one. Sharks at home, Sharks in rampant form. So let's do a big win for the Sharks. Let's go 20. Yeah, 2 conversions. No, sorry, 3 tries and 2 conversions. There's the picks. Picks for this week are as followed. Panthers by 18. Sea Eagles by 14. Broncos by 8. Bulldogs by 10. Storm, a big win by 18. Cowboys by 6. Knights by 4. And another big win for Sharks. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much to everyone that is joining in on the Super Brew competition. And thank you for everyone watching each week. I'm just an Englishman following along, doing my best. I'm not doing too bad considering there are others. They're a little bit more in the know. I'm doing my best to follow along and everything, and I think I'm doing okay. And I'm enjoying this. I hope you guys are too, giving that little competitive edge on the tipping, seeing how high you can finish. But please do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week for next week's tips.